Trotman, an ill-advised pass into the middle of the defensive zone. Condra centers, but Craig Cunningham is there to pick it off. Milan Lucic swivels the puck. Alex Chiasson hammers Cunningham. Sort of let Cunningham go get within the neighborhood and then slammed it. Used the leverage. Meeting of these two teams. A 4-2 Bruins win back in October. Here comes Carlson over the line. The wrist shot. Rask gets a piece of it and deflects it wide. Bobby Ryan on the pivot against Soderberg. And a stick stopped by Rask. This is the puck down to the corner. Leonard scoots it around. Bergeron bodies it down against the glass. Holds off David Legwand, who's on a scoring streak. Riley Smith back to Miller with a lot of room. The shot saved by Leonard. Bergeron steals from Carlson.
Penalty, 5 minutes, 20 seconds.
Leonard dares Marchand. Marchand gets a piece of the puck. The goal's empty. Marchand fires away. 3 men back to cover the emergency created by Robin Leonard, who thought he could outstick handle Brad Marchand.
On Leonard, and he's able to make that steal. Leonard's still trying to attack the puck in the corner of the rink. I mean, that's a bad play by your goaltender. But how about that stop by Carlson? Quick right skate play. As Marchand just pulling it around. The goaltender.
But Kelly couldn't pick it up on the other side. Trot loves it down. Tries to get the pass through the eye of the needle. But Zach Smith knocks it down. Condra gets flat as Lucic brings it up the left wing. Pulls it around. It goes past Mark Stone all the way back to Carlson. Up the boards. Chara's in the right spot and gets it past Turris. Here comes Cunningham with a short-handed bid. His drive scores! Craig Cunningham! The Bruins' third short-handed goal of the season. And Cunningham gets a souvenir for his first in the National Hockey League.
Oh, what a great read by Zdeno Chara to take the boards away in the defensive zone. And he doesn't get a lot on his clearing attempt, and Turris is going to try to keep this puck in the offensive end, and when he doesn't, it's a break for Cunningham. A bouncing puck, he takes a chance. Turris does try to get it with his skate. Cunningham gets the feet moving. And he takes that little half slap right through the legs. And the Bruins with a shorthanded goal.
Cody Ceci, Zibanejad. Ryan cuts to the inside, gives to Hoffman. His drive goes off of Miller. The rebound. Rask sprawls. Chiasson to the end boards. Chara finds Campbell right at the dot. Greiba's one-timer into the legs of Paille. Greiba has lost his stick. You know it broke. You can see it curved halfway up the shaft. Here's Paille closing. Gets drilled into the post from behind by Greiba. And they're going to rule it just a stoppage and a face-off here. Campbell tossed out of the face-off against Legwand. So Griffith wins it cleanly to Krug. The wrist shot deflected. A double bounce and a leg pad save by Robin Leonard as Gregory Campbell goes down the slot for the last redirection. Carlson to the attacking line. MacArthur curls away from Miller, finds space. Now Carlson's shot, blocker saved by Rask, still loose in the slot, and Stone can't chip it in. Now tries from behind the goal line to deflect it off the Boston goalie and in. And Rask smothers, rescues the puck for Bergeron to Marchand. The pirouette on the backhand, tries to chip it middle, too many layers, and Hoffman skates it out on the diagonal, sends Zibanejad through the slot. He scores! A sweet pass through the seam, and Mika Zibanejad ties the game 2.5 minutes into the second period.
Well, Chara's going to get caught up by the offensive blue line, and I don't think Dougie Hamilton was aware of what was happening to his left because he just kind of stayed in the middle of the neutral zone. Marchand's trying to, that little chip pass back to the point it doesn't happen, and Chara had rotated towards the boards. There's Hamilton. He's focused on the puck. Get your head on a swivel, see what's going on around you. That puck's not going anywhere initially in the neutral zone.
There we go. Lucic having to go with Borowiecki. Borowiecki getting turned, and now he tries to get some space. Lucic wailing away. Down he goes. Up he gets, and he takes another pounding, and Lucic pile drives him into the ice. The nasty has come out, and train number 17 is still howling the steam whistle. Smith up the boards. Griffith comes in backside of Ceci. Here's Krug going right to goal across the front. Paille off the iron and out. Campbell cross ice. Krug fakes the shot, takes the shot. Corey Krug takes Kevin Miller's cross ice pass, sends it off the end boards, hits the apron of the goal. Carl Soderberg maneuvering through the corner. Here's Miller, bottom of the circle, in front. Eric
Miller playing with more confidence and looking more comfortable and making plays with the puck, but it all starts with a quality dump in away from the Ottawa net, away from the goaltender. Don't let him have a chance to make a play on it. Allow Soderberg to get to it first. That's a purposeful dump in by Krug. Soderberg, the big body, protects the puck well, and they activate the defense. Miller's able to step in, take the pass, make one little move. Some loose coverage by Ottawa in their own zone, and then a quick 2-on-1 the result.
Through center ice, Chara the long diagonal, Marchand playing it cleverly on the turn to get around the big body Cowan, but he couldn't control the puck.
Yeah, that play by Cowan was a little bit of a risk. If he doesn't make enough contact, Smith's going to step by him.
Ryan controls, gives to Turris, and Rask squeezes the knees. Wraps it down the boards. Paille off a skate right through the crease, and Leonard couldn't stick a fork in it. It slid all the way across the goal mouth. Griffith blocks down the clearing attempt, closes, holds, gives back Seidenberg's drive. Rebound in front. Campbell takes a swat. Ceci clears it out to the blue line, and it's 3-on-3 up ice. Here's Stone. Up and down the ice they go. Stone cross ice, screening. Saved by Rask, and marked that one down. Weirkosh, the wrist shot. Rask squeezes it against the body. Tuukka Rask with the save of the game. 3.5 to go in the second period. Carlson gives it away to Cunningham. He's got Hamilton on the right, gives to Lucic on the left. Lucic in front, deflected, and Leonard makes a save. Right spot, right time for Robin Leonard.
No real scoring chances on that shift, but if the Bruins play like that in the third period, I mean, you really minimize Ottawa's opportunity.
Bergeron for Marchand. It slows down off Ceci's stick and just wobbles to Leonard. MacArthur, the give and go to Legwand. Legwand turns at the dot. MacArthur tries the no angle in order to get the rebound, and he does. MacArthur taps back to Turris. MacArthur the saucer to Turris, the redirection, and Legwand scores! David Legwand hammers it in. It's 2-2 on the power play goal.
And you got to think Mark Stone's going to get an assist. He's limping around pretty bad on the ice because of the one-timer by Turris that actually makes contact with him. And that puck's just laying there for Legwand and just banging into the empty net. It changed direction. Rask got to make a stop. Some well-executed plays, though, with the man advantage. They isolate Campbell. They create that 2-on-1. There's your one-timer. If you don't get the shot block and you're fronting people and that puck gets behind you, it's difficult to recover. There's the redirect off Stone.
Soderberg slings it back to Smith. He closes the slap pass. Hamilton's drive. Soderberg couldn't chip it past Cody Ceci, who came across. Now Smith dives to keep it inside the attacking zone. Soderberg goes right to goal and gets his own rebound off the backhand, and 2 saves by Leonard. Has Chara on the weak side. Goes indirect for Trotman. Now Krug to Trotman in the middle against Turris. Dribbles the pass to Marchand. In low, Chara, the backhand, saved by Leonard as Chara couldn't leverage it over the leg. Had the open side. Carlson turns away from Lucic. Waits for Zibanejad to appear in the seam, and there's Chara with the huge reach. Lucic just hammers Weirkoch down. Here's Cunningham closing. Oh, he rings the post, and the puck goes 20 rows high. Riley Smith on the counter gives to Marchand. Marchand against Zibanejad, couldn't angle inside as the puck came off his forehand. Miller steps into one, saved by Leonard. The rebound. Gregory Campbell giving up his body in front to keep the puck alive. The Bruins with a good burst and a surge here. Both go down, but Miller got the best of the battle. Lazar recovers the puck. Carlson shot saved by Rask. The rebound, and Kelly's effort keeps Chiasson from backhanding it in the open side. That, folks, is why Chris Kelly has value to this team. Weirkoch wheels. Hamilton in pursuit of the puck. Carlson lifts it forward. Ryan behind the D. Closes Deeks. And what a save by Rask. Tuukka Rask on the blocker. Ryan shot off Soderberg. 2-on-1 up ice. Eriksson and Griffith against Weirkoch. Eriksson to Hamilton joining the rush to Griffith, but he doesn't get the shot off. Bergeron backhands up the boards. Hamilton shields the puck from Ryan. Bergeron closes the shot. Glove save by Leonard. Spectacular saves at both ends of the ice in sudden death.
Leonard had patience.
Mika Zibanejad, the right shot, picks up the puck. Snaps it over the glove of Tuukka Rask. Rask got a piece, but it's 1-0 for Ottawa.
Good break for Zibanejad. And when you find in the back of the net like he is right now, these kinds of shots go in.
At Marchand gathers steam and approaches Robin Lehner. Marchand on the forehand, the shoulder fake, and slides it under. He could have gone to any one of the 4 holes.
Exactly. He had options on this one. Results.
Sometimes your picks in the shootout are easy. It's the 3rd man of the line, Patrice Bergeron. Serpentine, Rudy Dinks, he backhands it. What a save by Lehner.
Save.
Bobby Ryan to win it for Ottawa. Closes Dinks and scores. Bobby Ryan undresses Tuukka Rask with no threat of a defenseman to chase him down from behind. And Ottawa sends the Bruins on a very difficult road trip with a 2-1 shootout victory.
Well, we talked about Ryan when he had the breakaway in overtime, how he can pull that puck post to post without really even having to move his skates. And that's a classic example of it right there. The long reach, the long stick, the good stick handling skills.